Ewan Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Buti. In the course of your surveillance of Ireland between 2001 and 2007, did you pay attention to academic articles being published, work by the ESRI or by media articles?
I think we, in the context of our surveillance, we interact with all actors. We talk to the ESRI, we talk to other academics in Ireland and beyond. We talk to social partners, the governments, obviously. So there is ample there was and there is ample interaction with all actors. Yes, indeed.
So the Commission would be paying attention to reports being published by the ESRI, their medium-term reviews, their quarterly economic commentaries.
As with other sources, indeed.
Would the Commission respond to those? If, for example, say that the 2005 medium-term review from the ESRI, which talked about a lot of problems in the economy that were being talked about in 2001, would the Commission take a view on a report like that coming out of a country?
I mean, we do not formally respond to articles or projections of this sort, but certainly they enter into our broad assessment and monitoring. And when we come for instance, in forecast missions, before we complete each forecast, we go to visit the various actors. There have been myself in close touch with John Fitzgerald, who is a good friend.
And when you made those visits here in Ireland to speak with John Fitzgerald of the ESRI, for example, did they convey any warnings to you or any concerns, serious concerns that they had about the economy at the time, in that period, 2005 or 2006, 2007?
I think John Fitzgerald came and gave his testimony here. I think I have gone through, and I mean I largely agree with what he says. I cannot tell you now exactly whether in that particular year there was this warning or not. I think we were on the one hand praising Ireland and seeing the economic performance being a spectacular one, together with the let's say looming concerns about a number of developments which were taking place, which however did not manifest themselves in such a glaring way as they did afterwards.
Were you asked by the ESRI to intervene with the government in relation to fiscal policy?
No, I cannot. I cannot tell this, and I cannot tell. Not because I don't want to. I don't know.
You don't remember from those meetings?
No, I do not. I mean, I think this is. I cannot. Let's say I cannot recall this. I mean, these type of interactions are the normal ones that we have amongst economists and with the desk officers at the time. So I cannot.
Because I think when John Fitzgerald was before the committee, his recollection was that he did ask the commission. He did ask the commission to intervene with the government, but that the commission took the view that it could not.
Yes. No. I have seen that. That I have to say that I did not recall myself. This I do not have evidence that this happened, let's say, in any formal manner. If there has been some, let's say, oral communication or this, that I cannot tell. There was certainly not, let's say, a formal request, a formal communication of this sort. So if something like this happened, it must have been in the context of the normal interactions that we have with the Irish, commentators.
When you were in Ireland having discussions with the ESRI and talking about their reports, did your discussions with them, did they give you confidence in what the ESRI were saying? Were you confident in the opinions that they were giving in their quarterly economic commentary?
I cannot. I cannot substantiate, anything of this. So the only thing I can tell you is what I've already said, namely that we interact with many actors in Ireland. We collect their views. We share our views, and this is the positive interaction that we have with let's say, Irish observers, commentators, economists, as we do for any other country.
And with the IMF as well, would you interact with the IMF on their staff reports on a country?
No, we always do. IMF has Article 4 reports which focus on national economies. They stop by in Brussels before coming in this case, to Dublin, or we talk afterwards. So we are in close contact. I have to say that the IMF, as well as other international organizations, OECD and others, shared at the time the same, let's say, paradigm of great moderation that we all of us followed. And if you look at their recommendation and their assessment, they are very largely convergent with ours.
Thank you, Gerard. Just looking at the critical opinion from the Council in 2001, it's clear that there's a risk to monetary union and that prudent fiscal policy is the means to counter these risks. And it's also clear that Ireland is not pursuing prudent fiscal policy in 2001. So how is the Council opinion of 2001 not still relevant in 2005, 2006, 2007, given what the ESRI and the IMF were both saying at the time?
No, it was, in a sense, it was relevant. We highlighted in our assessment the risks related to fiscal prudence. We saw that, in particular, the model of relying increasingly on revenue arising from the property taxes and housing taxes, which replaced more stable form of revenue, and on the other hand, financed government spending was a model which carried risks, and we signaled that. So that was what we did. What we did at the time. We rang the bell, but again, formally, with a country in surplus, and in certain years sizable surplus, it was very difficult to say, okay, you do not behave accordingly to the Stability and Growth Pact, because they did.
But that was your responsibility to say that, though. It was your responsibility to say that to them, despite how they were growing.
No, we said that, and we signaled that, let's say, repeatedly. Did we signal that in a sufficiently strong way, considering what we know now? The answer is no. At the time, we thought that that was the kind of warning which was needed, and unfortunately was only half followed.
Thank you.